It is time for the ultimate showdown between ClickFunnels and Kartra. Which funnel builder should you use in your online business and why? Hey, it's Ari here and welcome back to another video on my channel. In this video specifically, I'm going to be giving my full in-depth comparison between ClickFunnels and Kartra and which funnel builder is right for you if you are someone who is completely brand new, you have no following, you have no list built up, and you're looking for a tool that will help you grow your business efficiently. So I'm going to be giving you all the details of each specific platform, and at the very end of this video, I'm going to be giving my full definitive choice in terms of which one that I prefer and which one I recommend you go with so you can make an informed decision. So let's not waste any more time and dive right in. Alright, so real quick, I want to start off this video by saying, look, regardless of which platform that you decide to go with, whether it's ClickFunnels or Kartra, whichever one that you decide is right for you and whichever one that you decide to run with, you could absolutely have phenomenal success with either one of these tools, right? So I've used both ClickFunnels and Kartra, and both of them are amazing. I've gotten great results with both platforms. I've used ClickFunnels from 2019, early 2019 up until till now, and then also just recently I started testing out Kartra as well, right? So both of these tools, from my experience, are amazing. I've gotten great results, but in this video specifically, I want to go over each differences between the programs and which one that I prefer. Now, the main difference between ClickFunnels and Kartra is that ClickFunnels is primarily a software that allows you to build sales funnels online, right? So if you're looking to build sales funnels online, then that's primarily what ClickFunnels is for. Well, Kartra, on the other hand, it's primarily that as well, except this is more of an all-in-one marketing tool to build your business online, right? So Kartra has a sales funnel as well, very much like ClickFunnels, except they have some additional features inside of here that you'll get in addition to your membership, right? So later on this video, I'll of course be going over what all those additional features are and whether or not they're worth it. But in terms of this comparison, what I'll be covering is how the funnel builders work. I'm going to go over all the additional features that you get. I'm going to go over the training and support, which one is better in that aspect. I'll go over the community, which one has a better community. I'll go over the pricing options and value for the money that you're paying. And then, of course, I'll give my verdict at the very end, where I'm going to reveal which one that I prefer and which I recommend that you go with, right? So let's go ahead and start off with how the funnel builders work, and I'll go over a very brief overview in terms of how to build up sales funnels with each of these programs. Now, of course, I'm not going to get over, I'm not going to go too deep into this because I don't want this video to really get drawn out there. But I want to go over, very briefly in terms of how you build up funnels inside of both of these softwares, right? So here I am logged inside of ClickFunnels, and this is, inside the dashboard when you first get signed up. What I'm going to do right here is I'm going to head on over to this ClickFunnels tab, and I'm going to click the option that says Funnels. And what I'll do right here is this will, I'll of course build up a new funnel from here, right? So you can see these are all the funnels that I built up from the time that I've been using the software. And if I click on the option right here that says Build New Funnel, this will allow me to build up my new funnel with ClickFunnels, right? So with this, they're going to give me three options that I could pick. You could either collect emails, you could sell your product, or you could host a webinar. Now, if you are someone who is completely brand new and you're just getting started, the option that you're going to want to go with here is collecting emails, right? Because not everyone who sees your offer is going to buy right then and there. And for that reason, you want to be focusing on primarily collecting emails so you could follow up with them down the road, right? That's the main thing you want to aim for, right? So right here, you can give the funnel name. I'll just name it like test, right? So I'll name it that. You could put in a group tag if you want, but that's completely optional. And with this default funnel, you'll get access to an email landing page and also a thank you page. This is what comes with the funnel by default. But if we click on build funnel, this will pretty much build it up right here, right? So you click on that. This will load it up right here. And then here you'll have the different steps inside the funnel that you could see pretty much laid out right here, right? So you have the first step in here that you're going to want to create is the opt-in page. And what's really nice about ClickFunnels is that even if you are someone who is completely brand new and you haven't really had much experience, what's really nice about both of these softwares is that they do give you quite a few templates you could simply plug into, right? So if you don't know how to build up, pages from scratch and you just want to start with any of these templates, you can simply do so by looking through and seeing one that, whatever it is that you want to, of course, go with, right? So in my case, when I'm building out capture pages, I always like to go with something that's rather simple. For example, choose this dark opt-in box right here. I can click on select template, and then here it'll pretty much load it up right here, right? So it's currently building out the page. And then from here, it's going to allow me to pretty much make edits to that page. Now, if you want, you can simply preview this by clicking on this button right here, and this will open up the page in a new tab. So get yours free. Discover the top 10 ways to change your financial situations in only 5 days. It's crazy. That's quite a big claim right there, right? But at least it's not saying any sort of specific income proof, right? But if you want, you would simply go into here, you click on the option that says edit page, and then this will allow you to pretty much change it up to your liking, right? So inside of here, there's tons of various different things you could do. But with ClickFunnels, the way that this works is you have things filtered by sections, you've got rows, you've got columns, and then you have elements, right? So with the green, this would represent the sections, blue represents the rows, and then I believe the orange is elements. So columns is like if you like divide something into like 2, and that's pretty much what that goes over there, right? So this one doesn't really come with that any of that in particular, but if you want, you could simply change up any of the text right here, right? So if you want, you could simply delete this text if you don't want it here. You just click on the delete button. So you click on OK right there. And then if you want, you could simply just change up this text right here, right? So obviously, depending on what you're, of course, going to be marketing, it's going to vary in terms of what you might consider putting here. But let's say, for example, that you are offering some sort of weight loss offer, right? Or some sort of like thing to get 6-pack abs. You might consider writing something along the lines of, free video reveals the #1 way to get 6-pack abs. 6-pack abs in 3 months, right? Right, so you might consider writing something along those lines. That's just an example. Of course, that's not the best thing, of course, right? Because I'm just thinking off the top of my head, right? But you could put in whatever text you want here. If you want, you could make it bigger. So you could simply edit it by clicking on the settings gear right here. And this will allow you to pretty much change, like, for example, the margin. So that, see how that kind of, moves it up and down. So I like to keep it, up here, right? Change the text color if you want to. Change the width of the text. There's a whole bunch of other things you can go into here. If you can go to advanced, it's got a whole bunch of other options you could simply look through as well. But that's pretty much how that works right there, right? So one thing that I want to mention real quick is, look, the best way to learn either of these tools is by going through their training and simply testing out yourself, right? So of course, neither of these tools are going to be like, super easy to use right away. It does take a little bit of testing out yourself, but as long as you're willing to do that, then you should ideally be able to get the hang of it, right? But again, you could delete whatever elements you don't want. If you want to add in your own element, like let's say, for example, you want to add a video on here, which I don't recommend adding a video on a capture page, you can simply do so by dragging over this video icon, and you could put it, for example, right under the headline right here, right? So if you want to do like a short video of like some guy like lifting weights and getting like, yeah, I got 6-pack abs right here, some sort of like wrestler, like crazy like thing right there, you could do something like that if you want to. Of course, I wouldn't, again, I don't recommend putting a video here, but if you want, you can, right? So here it has the opt-in page right here. Someone opts in, and that's what they'll of course, when they do that, they get put on your list, then they get taken to the next step in the funnel, right? So if you are satisfied with the finished, capture page right here, all you would have to do is simply click on the option up here that says save. You click on save, and this will pretty much save it to your liking, right? So you can give it a name if you want to. I'm not going to do that right now, but if you want, you could preview it. Otherwise, you can simply edit and then work on the next step in the funnel, which would be known as your thank you page, right? I don't want to go too deep into that because I don't want this video to get dragged out. We're already at like 8 minutes right here. Let's move on to Kartra right here, and I'll show you how to build up funnels inside of Kartra, right? So with Kartra, it's very similar. You go to the option that says My Pages, and this will take you to where you could simply build out your own capture pages and sales funnels and all that type of stuff. With Kartra, it works a little bit differently, though. You have to build out all pages individually, and then you have to connect them together. Whereas ClickFunnels, it's more of like, you say, okay, I want to build up a funnel, and then it gives you like, okay, here's an opt-in page, here's a thank you page. You could add whatever steps you want here, and it's structured in a way where it's very linear, right? So with ClickFunnels, I feel for that reason, it's a little bit more newbie-friendly than Kartra. I feel like it's a little bit easier. However, it's more of like, I guess it depends on like your personal opinion of it, right? So whichever one you, of course, get more experience with, you'll get better at, and that's the main thing, right? So if you used Kartra previously, you might disagree with what I said there, but if you want to build up a page, click on create new page, and then from here you could simply click on whatever it is that you want to create, right? So you have, just like before, you've got, you could start with from a blank canvas. You could choose templates from squeeze pages, video sales pages, thank you pages, long sales pages. I mean, they've got a whole bunch of options right here. For example, if we want to create like a video sales page, you click on that option right there, and then this will bring you a list of different video sales pages right here, right? So you can click on, like, for example, I'll do like this one, click on select, click on launch builder, and then from here it'll simply launch the funnel builder right there, or actually you have to give it a name first, right? So testing 1 2 3, we'll call it that. No category in particular, click on create, and then from here it'll simply bring up the page builder right there. page exists. I'm going to call it 124 actually. And we're going to go ahead and click on create again, all right? So that'll simply build it up, and then from here, very much like ClickFunnels, you could edit whatever text, you could change the video if you want to, you could change the button, you could change the, whatever, anything that you want to change in here, you have full control over when you have a tool that allows you to build sales funnels, right? So we will simply wait for that to load up if it wants to load up anytime soon. Okay, there it is. So we've got the text right here. It's another language. Again, you could delete anything you don't want. You could edit the text, just click on the T right here to edit text. And then just like before, here's how I made my first $1,000 online interview. If you haven't seen that video yet, by the way, I'm going to include a card right up here. Or if you want, you could check out the interview I did. One of my friends and I talked about how I made my first $1,000 online, right? So pretty cool right there. But again, you could put in whatever headline you want. And then here, you could change up, whatever video you want to embed. You click on edit style. It'll bring up the different options right here. So you wait for that to load up. Looks like my computer right now is currently being a bit slow, but you could embed a video from either YouTube, Wistia, Vimeo, or with Kartra specifically, they actually have their own video hosting platform, which is really cool for that, right? So that's actually a feature that ClickFunnels does not have, which of course gives a point to Kartra right there. So I'm kind of spoiling it a little bit there, but you could embed a video right here. You could, again, if you want to delete any of this stuff, you could do that as well. So delete all this, delete whatever you don't want, and then you could just have it to where there's a button down below where people can check out the program, they can go to the next step and simply move on from there, right? So with Kartra, if you want to add anything in particular, you can go to components, and from here, it'll let you add things like, text box, a button, images, any of these things right here. And what's really great about this is very much like ClickFunnels, it's very drag and drop. So you could drag in like an icon if you want to, drag it into anywhere in this page right here. Of course, you have to create like component for it first. But you can put in anything you want right here, and very much like ClickFunnels, it's very newbie friendly, right? So with this specific thing right here, I'd say they both are kind of tied. However, I would say ClickFunnels might have the slight edge right here in terms of the ease of use if you're someone who's brand new, but again, it really comes down to your personal preference. The next thing I want to go over is the additional features that you get with ClickFunnels and Kartra. Now, like I mentioned earlier, ClickFunnels is primarily a sales funnel builder. That's primarily what you're getting right here. They have some additional features like you could host your own membership sites. There's a few other things you could do in here as well. But with Kartra, what's really great about Kartra in particular is they've got a ton of other really cool features that you'll get with this. Like in addition to the sales funnel builder, you could actually build out your own email list with this. You could follow up with people, that are a part of your list. So this has their own built-in email autoresponder. So unlike with ClickFunnels where you have to pay for an external email autoresponder, then like integrate it with this platform, with Kartra, it's simply built in here, and you could email list right from the same exact site right here. You could also host your own products on the site, which is really great. You could build your own membership sites, which is another feature that ClickFunnels has as well. You could host your own videos on here. So like I mentioned earlier, they do have their own video hosting platform. So if you are, for example, embedding videos from, YouTube, which I don't recommend, you could do that if you want with ClickFunnels, but ideally you'd want to use like a separate platform like Wistia or Vimeo. And with ClickFunnels, if you're using any of those two platforms, you have to pay additional money, every month to have, for example, a Vimeo account or to host a certain amount of videos on there. But with Kartra, at no additional cost, you could put in your own videos on here. You could also host your own private one-on-one events using the calendars feature right here. You have their own support desk, and then they even have things like, tracking and all that type of stuff, which is also really great. And you could even host your own affiliate programs right on Kartra, right? So Kartra has a lot of features that you get with it. And the thing that I really feel makes this convenient for most people is that rather than having to learn all these different tools and having to go through all these different sites and like all these different logins and that type of stuff, it's all inside of one platform. And for most people who are just getting started, I feel this is a lot better because it helps you organize things better, and it's just much better overall, right? So it's much easier for most new people. So for this part right here, I get the point to Kartra. Kartra definitely has the advantage right over here. The next thing is training and support. So which one has the better training and which one has the better training and support right there? So with ClickFunnels, if we go to the dashboard right here, this link right here where it says FunnelFlix Training, if you open this up, this will bring you to this page right here. They have a whole bunch of really cool events that they've hosted, like the Funnel Hacking Secrets, Virtual Funnel Hackathon. They've got the 2 Club X right here. They've got a ton of really other cool trainings about, like documentaries that they have right here. You got trainings about funnel building, copywriting and sales, traffic generation, hosting your own products. They've got some personal development training right here. So they have a lot of really cool stuff inside of ClickFunnels, which is really great. And, because ClickFunnels has been around for so long, and, because Russell Brunson has built up quite a massive community of like super passionate people, the training in here is like top notch. It's one of the best out of any platform. Now with Kartra, their training is really great as well. If you go into Kartra in the main site and you come up to the top up here where it says the training portal, this will take you over this page right here. And right here, you could find all the different trainings that they have available, right? So these are pretty much all videos that show you how to pretty much use the Kartra platform. If you go over to the index tab right here and you click on home, this will give you all the different videos all listed step by step, right? So if there's anything in particular you want to learn about, like for example, managing leads, building out lists, for example, doing like broadcast or automations, if you click on any of these tabs right here, there are separate videos in each of these posts that show you how to do these things. So for example, what are automations? If you want to learn about this, you click on play, and this shows you step by step exactly what that's all about, right? So you can go through here.
Are courses.
I'm going to pause that real quick, but they show you step by step how to do all these things, right? Now, in terms of which one has the better training and support, I would say hands down, ClickFunnels definitely has the advantage right here, because it's a little bit unfair, but ClickFunnels has been around longer. There's a lot more training that they have available, and they've got a ton of really cool events that Russell Brunson has, of course, released, right? So he's definitely one of the most knowledgeable in the industry. But that isn't to say that with Kartra's training, you're going to be lost or anything. They do have a bunch of really great training in here, and they also have really good support, just like with ClickFunnels, right? So I would say ClickFunnels has a slight edge over Kartra in this case, but again, they're both great. Now let's talk about the community. So if you are someone that is really big on communities and that's really important to you, then, of course, that's one thing you'll, of course, want to consider. So both ClickFunnels and Kartra, they have, different Facebook groups that they host right here. And here you can interact with the different members. With ClickFunnels, they have quite a big fan base right here of over 260,000 members. And inside of here, you have people making their own videos about, basically like representing ClickFunnels. You have people asking questions in here. So where could I build me a badass funnel right here? Who here is an online expert? What's your expertise? So there's a lot of really passionate entrepreneurs that are starting up really great conversations about e-commerce, for example, how to do e-commerce with ClickFunnels, or how to succeed without a mentor. I don't know what the deal with that is. You definitely got to have a mentor. Text message blast. So you've got a lot of really cool people like that you could, of course, interact with that are discussing a bunch of really cool ideas. Kartra has that as well. However, Kartra hasn't been around as long, and of course, they don't have as big of a following. So the community here isn't as strong as with ClickFunnels. And I feel like a big part of the reason for that is because Russell Brunson is really good at of course, creating a massive audience of passionate fans, right? So with this, ClickFunnels definitely has the advantage right here. But now let's talk about the pricing options and the value for money, right? So this, I feel, is hands down the most important for majority of people that are going to be getting started with either of these platforms is, what exactly are you getting for what you're paying for, right? So inside of both of these, each of them have multiple different membership plans you, of course, start with. So with ClickFunnels, they have the $97 a month plan. You have the Platinum plan, which is $297 a month. And then you have this Ultra Premium plan, which is the 2 Comma Club X. That is $2,500 a month, right? So that's going to be for people who are obviously doing really well. They're doing lots of volume. And if you're on this video, maybe you're probably not at this level as of yet, right? So that's people that are like super advanced. But Kartra also has a $100 a month plan right here, which is the starter plan. You have the silver plan, which is $199 a month. You have gold, which is $299 a month. And then you have platinum, which is $499 a month, right? So in this video specifically, I just want to focus on the starter plans with both of them. So in terms of if you're just getting started, which one will give you more value for what you're paying for, right? So both the starter plans are about $100 per month. And with ClickFunnels, what you're getting access to when you pay the $97 a month is you're getting access to the sales funnel software that allows you to build funnels. You could share them with others. You could build up to 20 funnels with ClickFunnels. You could have up to 100 pages. You could have 1 sub user in here. You could have up to 3 payment getaways in terms of how you're receiving your commissions. You can connect up to 3 domains with the starter plan. You don't have access to the follow-up funnels, but you do have, chat support. You have some of the funnel flicks training right here, which is really good. So this is pretty decent amount of stuff that you're getting for the $97 a month plan right here. But with Kartra, on the other hand, in my opinion, you're getting a lot more for what you're paying for, right? So with this, like I mentioned earlier in the video, you have a ton of other marketing tools in here. Like you have the email marketing tool, you have the video hosting tool, and a whole bunch of other things, right? But with Starter Plan, you can host up to 2,500 leads, which is very good for at no additional cost. You could have only one custom domain, so this is less than ClickFunnels, but with this, if you're just getting started, you're only going to really need one domain anyway, so not much of a deal breaker right there. You could have up to 15,000 emails per month. Again, that's really good for what you're paying. You could have up to 50 gigabytes bandwidth, host to 100 pages, host 50 videos, sell 20 products, build 2 membership sites. You could have one additional team member. You have access to the help desk, and there's no agency included, but that's really no big deal in my opinion for most people starting out. But in terms of the value for what you're getting, I would say hands down, as much as I love ClickFunnels, as much as I, have gotten great value with this exact software right here, as much as I love Russell Brunson and, all the books he's released, I gotta give the point to Kartra. I say Kartra definitely just blows ClickFunnels out of the water. And this is coming from someone who has used ClickFunnels for well over 2 years, right? So I'm saying that Kartra is definitely the better option in terms of this aspect right here. But in terms of the overall software that I would recommend going for, I would say hands down it's Kartra. And the reason why I recommend Kartra over ClickFunnels is because, look, I mentioned that, you're getting a lot more for what you're paying with this exact software. But on top of that, look, if you're going to go with ClickFunnels, the one thing that you have to at least be aware of is that, if you're going to be building up funnels, if you're going to be building out your email list, you're going to need to be following up with these people, on the regular basis, right? So you're going to need to also invest in email autoresponder. So whether that's Aweber, GetResponse, or anything else, ConvertKit, you're going to need to spend at least another 20 to 30 bucks on that per month. So that's another expense you'll have. You'll also have to invest in a tracking software to know exactly what's working for you. You'll want to have a, video hosting software if you're, of course, following up with people and you're sending them to, sales videos. You'll, of course, want to have that as well. So you might have to pay additional money for Vimeo or any of these other things. And, if you want to, for example, host a membership site, although ClickFunnels has that as well, with Kartra, you could do that as well. So, okay, well, that's not really too big of a deal, right? But if you want to do something like, for example, have your own help desk. With Kartra, you get it for free. With ClickFunnels, you have to pay an additional amount of money for. And yeah, so with Kartra, you're definitely getting a lot more value for your dollar. And although the training and community isn't as strong as ClickFunnels, you are still getting lots of support for being a member here, right? You could even hire an expert to help you one-on-one if you have any additional trouble. But overall, I would say hands down the winner is Kartra. So anyways, hopefully you've gotten lots of value in this video. If this has helped you make an informed decision, let me know your thoughts down below, which one that you feel you're going to be going with. Again, I recommend going with Kartra if you're brand new, and I'm going to have a link to both of them down below if you want to check out either of them. Both of them do offer a free 14-day trial, so you could test either one of them out for free if you want to, and if there's one that you don't like, you could simply cancel it out, and you can go with the one that you prefer, right? So I recommend Kartra. That's the one that I prefer a lot more. I find that's a lot easier to use, in terms of having everything in one place, and that's why I prefer it over ClickFunnels. But anyways, you can go with either one, whatever it is that you feel resonates with you more. And that being said, if you got lots of value in this video, let me know your thoughts in the comments down below. Give us a thumbs up if you enjoyed it, and take care.